Today I stand before you to address a poignant issue that has hindered our nation's progress and tarnished our collective conscience. Corruption. It is a disease that seeps into the very fabric of our society, insidiously eroding trust and fostering apathy among us. But I urge you to rise above the fog of despair and recognize that we have the power to break this never-ending loop. Corruption isn't merely a political problem. It's a societal one. It thrives in silence and shadows, fed by our complacency and inaction. The stories of corruption echo in our streets, in our schools, in our institutions, and it's time to stop turning a blind eye. We owe it to ourselves, to future generations, to reclaim our dignity and our integrity. Think about the cost of corruption. It steals resources from the needy, suffocates opportunity, and more importantly, it deepens the divide between the rich and the poor, feeding the cycle of inequality. When funds meant for education and healthcare vanish into the pockets of the corrupt, we must remember that the stakes are not just abstract numbers. They reflect lost dreams and shattered lives. But today, I want you to realize that the power to change this narrative lies within each of us. It is easy to feel helpless, to resign ourselves to the belief that nothing will ever change. However, history has shown us that monumental shifts begin with a single spark of determination. The great civil rights movements, for instance, were ignited by individuals who refused to accept the status quo. They stood up, spoke out, and demanded justice. And we must do the same. It begins with awareness. We must educate ourselves and each other about the implications of corruption. Knowledge is a formidable weapon against injustice. Arm yourself with information, engage in conversations, and challenge the status quo. Share your insights, inspire others, and create a ripple effect that cannot be ignored. When we collectively decide to take a stand against corruption, our voices become a powerful chorus that reaches the ears of those in power. Don't underestimate the strength of a united community. We must demand transparency and accountability from our leaders. Ask difficult questions, advocate for policies that offer solutions, and support initiatives that prioritize the welfare of every citizen over the interests of the few. We can also become engaged in our local governance, attend town hall meetings, volunteer for grassroots movements, and collaborate with organizations that promote ethical leadership. It's essential that we participate actively, not let others speak for us, but make our voices heard. When we hold our leaders accountable, we reinforce the notion that we will no longer tolerate corruption. Moreover, let us set a personal example, uphold integrity in our daily lives, challenge the norms and expectations that enable corruption to thrive. By embodying honesty, we inspire those around us. Our actions, no matter how small, can have a profound impact on our communities. When integrity becomes contagious, a culture of accountability takes root. And while fighting against corruption is a formidable challenge, remember that we are not alone in this fight. There are countless individuals, watchdog organizations, and movements dedicated to exposing corruption and advocating for justice. Join forces with them, support their efforts, and amplify their message. Together, we can dismantle the structures that perpetuate corruption and force change. As we embark on this journey, let us not forget that change takes time, and persistence is key. There will be setbacks, moments of frustration, and challenges that may make us want to give in. But we must hold on to our conviction. Each step we take, no matter how small, nudges us closer to the future we desire. In conclusion, dear friends, we stand at a crossroads. The path of corruption leads us further into disarray, while the road of integrity, unity, and accountability can lift our nation to new heights. Together, let's break the cycle of corruption that has held us hostage for too long. Let's forge a legacy rooted in dignity, trust, and shared prosperity. Together, we will rise, and together, we will triumph. Thank you.